Hello, it's me, Oscar from Marijuana Garden.
10 years have passed since Edward Snowden made the momentous decision to reveal the extent of government surveillance. He has faced exile, separation from loved ones, and relentless criticism. Yet Snowden remains resolute. He stands by his actions, stating clearly that he has no regrets. Snowden believed then, as he does now, that the public deserved to know about the mass surveillance programs operating in the shadows. His courage ignited a global debate, forcing the world to confront uncomfortable truths about privacy in the digital age. Snowden's unwavering conviction stems from his belief in the fundamental right to privacy. He understood the chilling effect of unchecked surveillance. The fear of being watched, he argued, can stifle dissent, creativity, and progress. Snowden's decision to act was a profile in courage. He sacrificed a comfortable life to spark a conversation about the balance between security and freedom. His actions were a stark reminder that even in democracies, power unchecked can erode the very freedoms it claims to protect. Snowden's resolve has only strengthened over time. He continues to advocate for privacy from his exile in Russia. He speaks out against the increasing encroachment of surveillance technologies into our lives. Snowden's message is clear. The fight for privacy is far from over. It requires constant vigilance and a willingness to challenge those in power. His story is a testament to the power of one individual to make a difference. Snowden's actions serve as a beacon, illuminating the path towards a more just and equitable digital future. The year 2013 marked a turning point in the digital age. Edward Snowden's revelations about the NSA's surveillance program sent shockwaves across the globe. He revealed that the agency was collecting vast amounts of data on ordinary citizens. Phone records, internet history, and even the content of private communications were being swept up in a digital dragnet. The scope and scale of the surveillance was staggering. Governments and intelligence agencies, it seemed, had access to a treasure trove of personal information. Snowden's leaks triggered a firestorm of controversy. Governments defended their actions, citing national security concerns. They argued that surveillance was necessary to prevent terrorism and protect their citizens. However, privacy advocates and civil liberties groups argued that the programs were a gross violation of fundamental rights. They pointed out the lack of transparency and oversight. The public, they argued, had been kept in the dark about the extent of the government's spying activities. One of the most significant impacts of Snowden's revelations was the push for stronger encryption. End-to-end encryption, once considered a niche technology, became mainstream. Tech companies, under pressure from users demanding greater privacy, began implementing end-to-end encryption in their messaging apps and other services. This meant that communications between users were encrypted on their devices and could not be intercepted or read by anyone, not even the companies themselves. This was a major victory for privacy advocates. It showed that, even in the face of government surveillance, individuals could take steps to protect their digital communications. A decade after Snowden's revelations, the surveillance landscape has become even more complex. Technological advancements have made it easier and cheaper to collect, store, and analyze vast amounts of data. Governments are increasingly using artificial intelligence and machine learning to enhance their surveillance capabilities. Facial recognition technology, for instance, is being deployed in public spaces, raising concerns about mass surveillance and the erosion of anonymity. The line between security and privacy is becoming increasingly blurred. The private sector is also playing a growing role in the surveillance ecosystem. Tech giants like Google, Facebook, and Amazon collect vast amounts of data on their users. This data is used to target advertising, personalize content, and even influence behavior. The rise of the Internet of Things has also created new opportunities for surveillance. Smart devices, from refrigerators to thermostats, are constantly collecting data about our daily lives. This data can be used to build detailed profiles of our habits, preferences, and even our thoughts. Snowden has warned that we are sleepwalking into a surveillance state. He argues that the erosion of privacy is not just a threat to individual rights, but to democracy itself. When governments and corporations have access to so much information about our lives, it becomes easier to manipulate and control us. Snowden's warnings are a call to action. We must demand greater transparency and accountability from those in power. We must resist the normalization of surveillance and fight for a future where privacy is respected and protected. Edward Snowden's legacy is complex and multifaceted. He is a polarizing figure, hailed as a hero by some and condemned as a traitor by others. However, there is no denying that his actions had a profound impact on the global debate about surveillance and privacy. Snowden's revelations forced us to confront uncomfortable truths about the power of technology and the erosion of our freedoms. He showed us that even in the digital age, it is possible for individuals to make a difference. Snowden's story is a reminder that the fight for privacy is far from over. It is a fight that requires constant vigilance and a willingness to challenge the status quo. We must demand greater transparency from our governments and hold them accountable for their actions. We must support organizations that are fighting for our digital rights. Most importantly, we must educate ourselves and others about the importance of privacy. We must be mindful of the data we share online and take steps to protect our digital footprint. Snowden's legacy is a call to action. It is a call to reclaim our privacy, to defend our freedoms, and to build a more just and equitable digital future. The future of privacy depends on our collective action. We must all do our part to ensure that the internet remains a force for good, a space where freedom and innovation can flourish. Let Snowden's courage inspire us to act, to speak out, and to demand a better future for ourselves and for generations to come.